Meeting to resolve industrial actions dominated activities in the nation's capital. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, suspended its industrial action.
We are on one page now with ASU, and ASU is going back as we speak right now to go and consult their caucus with a view to calling off this strike, which are going into the 5th week.
After an elaborate and extensive consultation process, the National Executive Council of ASU has agreed to conditionally suspend the ongoing strike action, taking into cognizance that the latest proposal from government to address the contending issues in the strike action has a deadline of the end of October 2017. Our union deems it necessary to give a precautionary advice. Should government unilaterally vary the agreements it has signed with our union, we should not be held responsible for the consequences.
Staying with the universities, the non-teaching unions in the nation's universities also suspended their industrial action after they reached agreement with the federal government.
We agreed that the Joint Action Committee leadership will consult its organ as quickly as possible, urgently, with a view to calling off this strike as soon as possible.
We have developed an actionable template with specific time frames to implement salient aspects of the agreement. Based on the foregoing and following exhaustive and extensive consultations with our various union organs, we hereby announce the suspension of the strike action embarked upon by the Joint Action Committee of NAT, NASU, and SAN, on the understanding that the timelines agreed with the federal government of Nigeria on the various issues are met.
Our attention has been drawn to...
The Minister of Labour made a dramatic U-turn as he met with the members of the United Labour Congress, a body he had earlier described as illegal. The union had proceeded on strike to demand for the settlement of the welfare issues of their members.
In labor parlance, we discussed with workers. ULC is a proposed labor federation, and some unions have indicated interest and done the necessary preambles within the association as ensuring in labor regulation that they want to go there.
I want to bet you that if we continue with this action by next week, not even ourselves could be able to come here. You know, the environment, whether by air or land or by whatever means of fuel, you know, light, will not be there. So that is why you say status quo returns ante, you know, to enable negotiation proceed.
One trouble solved, but another is in the waiting. This is perhaps the best way to describe the trouble in Nigeria's health sector, as nurses and midwives have made good their threat to go on strike, 1 week after the federal government resolved the dispute with resident doctors.
We therefore want to bring to the notice of the general public that despite the patience, the perseverance, and the accommodating nature of the leadership of this association, the federal government has taken our patients for a ride. We therefore want to tell the public that this association, which is a professional association trade union, is highly not satisfied with the condition of our healthcare infrastructure in Nigeria. We therefore see this meeting that brings together the decision maker in National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives to review situation and inform our members, our esteemed member in all the federal teaching hospitals, federal medical centers, and the specialist hospital, that we are at this meeting have reviewed critically, and we have come to the conclusion that the decision taken
at the level of leadership of USU holds and is supported by the stakeholders of National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives.
The federal government is not going back on the decision to concession major airports across the country. The Minister of State for Aviation, Mr. Hadi Sirika, said that a severance package of 45 billion naira would be paid to ex-workers of the defunct Nigerian Airways. Mr. Sirika's comments follow the protest by members of the Air Transport Service Senior Staff Association and the National Union of Air Transport Employees who are kicking against the planned concession.